Hello, and welcome to our tutorial on library research for English 112's literary analysis. In this video, we'll be talking about finding scholarly literary criticism and biographical information using the library's article databases. Scholarly articles on literary criticism can be great resources for supporting your paper's thesis. They can help you better understand a text and show you how other scholars have interpreted or analyzed a work or author. To find articles through the library, you can go to the Articles tab on the library's homepage and click Article Databases by Subject. You'll find all the databases organized by subject, including a section for literature databases specifically. The recommended databases for finding full-text literary articles will be marked with a green Best Bet icon, like Bloom's Literature, Gale Literary Sources, and Literature Online. The best way to search the literary databases is by using keywords like the title of the work, author, the genre, time period, or literary themes that you're analyzing. In most of the literature databases, like Bloom's Literature, you'll find literary criticism, context on the works, and biographical information on the author. Biographical information will help you better understand the author and the period they lived in and how that shaped their writing. You may also find useful information on factors that shaped your author, like relationships they had, influences on their work, or their education. You can also try focusing your search terms to help narrow down your results, which can be helpful if you're searching a well-known author or work and getting a lot of results. For example, if I wanted to know more about Edgar Allan Poe and his wife, I can add Virginia Clem as a search term, so I can more quickly find sources that discuss her. If you search for the title of the work you're analyzing, you should see what literary criticisms are available on the text. Unlike books, which tend to talk more broadly about a topic, you'll find many articles on literary criticism are very specific to one aspect of the work. You may discover in your search results an article that perfectly addresses your own topic, or you may notice while most of the literary criticism discusses the same work that you've chosen, they focus on completely different topics or use literary terms that you're not familiar with. That doesn't mean that you can't use these sources. While the article may focus on a different topic, there could still be content that helps support your own thesis too. Let's say my paper's thesis is about the influence of World War I on Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. I found this article, The Quest as Legend, The Lord of the Rings, which I feel like might be related to my topic, since a quest is similar to a mission and could remind you of the military, but the article doesn't specifically discuss World War I. However, there are a few paragraphs in the article that could help support my thesis. I can find mentions about the heroes in The Lord of the Rings and the despair that they experience, or how they persevere and suffer, both physically and psychologically. I feel like this analysis of the heroes' experiences, even if it doesn't directly reference World War I, shares a lot of similarities with the experience of World War I soldiers, and I could draw a connection between my thesis and this scholarly article. Again, depending on your author or work, you may find that there just aren't many scholarly articles specifically on your topic, or maybe there are none at all. As we've talked about in other English 112 videos, you may instead need to search for sources on similar works, themes, genres, or topics, or sources that help provide context for when, where, and why your work was written. For example, maybe I want to write about Lisa C's book, China Dolls, and the Chinese-American experience in the early 1900s, but when searching the Gale Literary Sources database, I can barely find anything on the author and nothing on the book. This doesn't mean I should abandon my topic, but I might need to consider using alternative sources to help support my thesis. I could try searching for Amy Tan another Chinese American author who has been more widely written on than Lisa See. I may be able to draw out some similarities from one of Amy Tan's works, like The Kitchen God's Wife, which is also about Chinese American life in the early 1900s. I could also try searching for articles on Chinese American literature as a whole and see if there is any literary criticism on the larger body of literature that may address some of the same themes I'll be analyzing in my paper. While searching the databases, keep in mind that you may not find an article that includes every aspect of your literary analysis, and that shouldn't be your goal. Literary analysis is not about finding the perfect article. Your paper is primarily about your interpretation of the text with added support from outside sources. If you need any help in your research, always feel free to reach out to the library at ask@lfcc.libanswers.com.